On our honeymoon, she whispered, my ex would have gotten me the suite. I smiled and said, let me fix that. I then checked out, flew home first class, and had an annulment document waiting on the kitchen counter. Her tearful calls from the empty hotel room were my new favorite playlist. I, 33 male, am currently sitting in seat 2A of a first-class cabin, sipping a scotch. I should be on my honeymoon. I should be in a tropical paradise. Instead, I'm flying home. Alone. And I've never felt more clear-headed in my life. I got married on Saturday, to Corinne, 30. We've been together for 2 years. I thought she was it. I really did. She was smart, beautiful, and driven. I'm a practical guy. I'm an architect. I like things to have structure and purpose. She seemed to balance me out. We flew to the resort on Sunday. It's one of those ultra-luxe, all-inclusive places. I'd saved for a year to book it for 10 days. I got us an oceanfront room. Not the presidential villa, no, but a $900 a night stunning room with a private balcony and a massive soaking tub. I was proud. I thought it was perfect. I was wrong. For the first 48 hours, Corinne was pouty. She was quiet. She'd sigh when she looked at the resort map. She kept taking pictures and then deleting them. The lighting is just not right. Last night, Tuesday, I thought I'd fix it. I ordered a bottle of very expensive champagne to the room. I was pouring 2 glasses, the sunset was hitting the water, it was pure magic. Adam, this is nice, she said. She was looking out at the ocean, but not at it. Nice, I said laughing. Corinne, this is paradise. Look at that view. She sighed. That deep, world-weary sigh that I was starting to dread. It's just, I was talking to Grant before we left. Grant, her ex. The one she swore she was completely over. The one who works in high finance and, according to her, breathes rare air. Grant? I asked, keeping my voice neutral. He was just saying that when he takes a woman to the islands, he always gets the bungalow over the water, the full suite. You know, the ones with the private plunge pool. He said anything less is just tacky. I stopped pouring. The champagne fizzed over the rim onto my hand. I stared at her. Tacky. His words, not mine, she said quickly, but her face was all agreement. It's just, he has such good taste. He would have gotten me the suite. He knows what I'm worth. And there it was. I'm not an idiot. I know what that meant. It wasn't about the room. It was about him. I'm 72 hours into a 4-life commitment, and I'm already being weighed, measured, and found lacking. Against Grant. I put the champagne bottle down. I didn't get angry. I didn't yell. I just saw the future. A lifetime of being compared. A lifetime of not being Grant. I smiled. A nice, calm customer service smile. You know what, darling? You are absolutely right. This isn't good enough for you. This is tacky. Let me go fix that. Her face lit up. The clouds parted. The pout was gone, replaced by a greedy, satisfied grin. Really? Oh, Adam, thank you. I knew you'd understand. I'll go get my spa treatment. You are the best. I'd pre-booked her a 3-hour bridal glow package at the resort spa. It was supposed to be a romantic treat. Now it was a tactical opportunity. You do that, I said, kissing her cheek. Enjoy. I'll handle everything. She practically skipped out the door. I waited until she was gone. Then I got to work. The spa, I called the spa. Hi, I'd like to add the ultimate indulgence package to my wife Corinne's appointment. The 4-hour one? Yes, and please add a champagne lunch. It's a surprise. Charge it to the room. Click. That should keep her busy. The front desk. I went to the concierge. Hi, my wife is enjoying a spa day, and I need to make some travel adjustments. The checkout. I went to the main desk. I need to check out. My wife will be staying. I am leaving. I want to settle my portion of the bill now. The room is booked on her credit card, so please just remove my name from the reservation. This is true. Corinne had insisted on booking the $10,000 hotel stay on her rewards card to get the points. I'd paid for the first-class flights here, the excursions, and given her money for the wedding. She wanted the status of the points. Fine. The concierge looked confused. Sir, you're checking out. But she is staying? Correct. I am leaving. She is staying. Her card is on file. She will handle all charges from this moment forward, including that spa treatment I just booked. The flight. I used the hotel's business center to book a one-way, first-class ticket home. The flight left in 2 hours. The lawyer. I sat in the airport lounge and called my lawyer Barry. Barry, it's Adam. Adam, how's the honeymoon? You sound close. I'm at the airport, flying home. The marriage is over. Silence. Adam, what in the... You've been married for 3 days. Yep, and I need an annulment. How fast can you draw up the papers? I want them waiting on my kitchen counter when I get home. An annulment? On what grounds? Fraud. She married me under false pretenses. She's still in love with her ex. I have a 72-hour marriage and a $900 night witness. Barry sighed. This is a new record, even for me. I'll get it drawn up. But Adam, are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. I'll be home by midnight. The home. I landed, took a car to my condo, my property, premarital, all mine, and let myself in. The silence was perfect. Barry had emailed me the documents. I printed them out and laid them neatly on the kitchen island. The locks. I called a 24-hour locksmith. New locks, new deadbolts, new garage code. My phone started vibrating as I was paying the locksmith. It was 1 a.m. my time. Must be about 7 p.m. her time. Her spa day was over. I let it go to voicemail. I poured myself that scotch I mentioned. And then I listened. Voicemail 1, Corinne, confused. Adam, where are you? I just got back to the room and you're not here. Your bags are gone. This isn't funny. And the spa tried to charge my card. They said you booked a bunch of extra stuff and then told them I was paying for it. Call me. This is a bizarre surprise. Voicemail 2. 10 minutes later, voice rising. Okay, I'm at the front desk. They said you checked out, that you flew home. What the hell is going on, Adam? Are you insane? You left me here. You left me with the entire hotel bill. Call me back right now. You are a dead man. Voicemail 3. Corinne, 30 minutes later, full-on panic. Adam, please pick up. My card is declined. The hotel bill. Adam, it's a $10,000 hold. My card doesn't have that. They're saying I have to pay or they're gonna call the authorities. Adam, please. I'm sorry. Okay, I was stupid. I didn't mean it. Grant is nobody. Please, you can't do this to me. You can't just leave me here. I sipped my scotch. Her tearful calls from the empty hotel room. Well, you know the rest. I hit play again. My new favorite playlist. Update 1. It's been 2 weeks. I feel weirdly serene. It's the silence, I think. So the calls stopped after that first night. I'm assuming she had to make the most humiliating call of her life to her parents, or maybe even to Grant, to get her passport out of hock and pay the hotel bill she was now responsible for. She got home about 4 days after I did. I know because a cab pulled up, and my security camera alerted me. I watched on my phone as she, dragging our expensive wedding gift luggage, walked up to the condo door. She fumbled with her key. It didn't fit. She tried again and again. The shoulders started to heave. Then she pounded on the door. Adam, I know you're in there, you bastard. Open this door. This is my home. I just sat on my couch, watching the feed. Correction, Corinne. It's my home, my name on the deed, my mortgage. She eventually gave up and slumped down on the steps making a call. 10 minutes later, a car pulled up. Her mother, Diane. The real fun started the next day. Diane showed up, alone. She rang the bell. I answered, holding a mug of coffee. Adam, she said, her voice tight with forced civility. You need to stop this. This is childish. Stop what, Diane? Enjoying the quiet in my own home? You abandoned my daughter, she hissed. In another country, with no money. Are you a monster? I left an adult woman who has her own credit cards and a return ticket at a 5-star resort she insisted on booking. She was hardly in danger. She just had to pay her own way, which, it turns out, she couldn't. Diane's face went purple. She had to call me. I had to wire her $10,000. She was humiliated. She had to fly home in economy. Economy, Adam. She's embarrassed, I said, taking a sip. There's a difference. She humiliated me, 72 hours into our marriage, by comparing me to her ex-boyfriend. Oh, grow up, Diane snapped. The civility was gone. She was just making an observation. Grant is very successful. You can't be mad at her for his success. She's a woman who appreciates nice things. You're punishing her for having standards. I just stared at her. The apple didn't fall far. It didn't even roll. It's over, Diane. The annulment is filed. I've already sent her the papers via a process server to your house, which I assume is where she's staying. You can't annul. She won't sign. Diane's eyes were bulging. She wants to go to counseling. She's willing to forgive you for this immature tantrum. Forgive me? I actually laughed. Wow. Yes, you overreacted. You ruined her honeymoon. Now, she's coming by tomorrow to get her things. And she's bringing her brother Ben. just so you don't try anything. Fine, I said. She can get her personal effects. Tomorrow at noon, I'll have them boxed on the porch. She is not to enter my home. Diane's eyes narrowed. She scanned the living room behind me, and her gaze landed on it. The artifact. It's a sculpture I made. I'm an amateur sculptor. It's my passion. It's a large, abstract piece carved from a single piece of reclaimed redwood, twisting up into two forms that meet. I call it confluence. Corinne always loved it. Loved telling our friends she inspired it. And confluence, Diane said, pointing. She wants the sculpture. She says it was a wedding gift to her. The sculpture I spent 200 hours carving? The one that was in my living room a year before I met her? The sculpture stays, Diane. It's my work. It's premarital. We'll see about that, she spat. You're a monster, Adam. She loves you. She loves Grant, I corrected. Or at least, Grant's wallet. Goodbye. I closed the door. The next day at noon, a big U-Haul pickup truck rolls up. Corinne gets out, eyes red and puffy. Her brother Ben gets out of the driver's side. Ben is a lot. All neck and biceps. He's clearly here for intimidation. My security cameras are rolling. I've already moved 12 boxes of her clothes, shoes, and makeup onto the porch. I open the door and stand in the doorway. Adam, Corinne starts, the tears welling up instantly. Adam, please, don't do this. I love you. It was a mistake. I was stressed from the wedding. Here's your stuff, Corinne. Get it and go. You boxed it? Like trash? She whispered, horrified. Ben steps forward. You're a real piece of work, man, leaving her like that. What kind of man does that? Stay off my property line, Ben. You're here to move boxes. Move them. Corinne's eyes dart past me into the living room. She sees the empty space where the sculpture was. Where is it? She said, her voice suddenly cold. Where's what? Where is confluence? Where is my sculpture? I told your mother, it's not yours. It's in storage. It is mine, she shrieked, the tears vanishing. You gave it to me. We picked out the spot for it together. You said it represented US. I really didn't, Corinne. You said that. I just nodded. She lunged. She actually tried to push past me into the house. I'm getting it. I'm getting my sculpture. I blocked the door with my body. No, you're not. Ben steps up and gets in my face. Hey man, just let her get her statue. Don't be a jerk. It's not hers. Get the boxes and leave, or I'm calling the police for trespassing. And then he did it. Ben shoved me. Hard. You're the trespasser, asshole. That's his wife. I stumbled back into my own foyer. Big mistake. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. Loudly, hello, I need police to my address immediately. I have 2 individuals trespassing on my property, one of whom just assaulted me. I have it all on camera. You've never seen 2 people's faces change so fast. Ben went from rage red to sheet white. Corinne just froze. You're calling the cops? On me, she stammered. The cops showed up in 5 minutes. This is a quiet neighborhood. The classic, what's going on here conversation. Corinne immediately starts crying. Officer, he's my husband. We just got married. He locked me out of my home. He's abusive, and he stole my art. He's trying to sell my sculpture. The cop, a woman who looked like she'd seen it all, turned to me. Sir, you're home? Officer, I said, calm as possible. This is my premarital property. Here is the deed, in my name only, dated 2019. I handed it to her. We were married 10 days ago. I filed for an annulment based on fraud after an incident on our honeymoon. Here is the case filing. I handed her that too. Miss Corinne's last name is here to pick up her personal belongings, which I boxed for her. She and her brother then tried to force their way into my home to take a valuable piece of my personal property, and he, I pointed at Ben, assaulted me in my doorway. I have it on video. The cop's expression didn't change, but her partner's did. He looked at Ben. Ma'am, the first cop said to Corinne, do you have any proof this sculpture is yours? A receipt? A bill of sale? A text message saying I give you this sculpture? No, Corinne cried. It was a symbol of our love. He made it for me. Sir, the cop said to me, did you make it for her? No, ma'am. I'm an artist. I made that piece in 2018, a full year before I met her. It's part of my portfolio. It has never been hers. The cop sighed, handing me back my papers. Ma'am, this is a civil matter. You need to take it up with your divorce lawyer. You cannot force your way into his home. Take your boxes and go. Sir, do you want to press charges on the shove? I looked at Ben, who looked like he was about to be sick. No, I just want them gone, off my property. They loaded the boxes in silence. As they were about to drive off, Corinne rolled down the window, her face a mask of pure, reptilian hatred. You won't get away with this, Adam. I will see you in court. I will get that sculpture. It's mine, you bastard. It's mine. I just went inside and locked my new deadbolt. My hands were shaking. Not from fear, but from the adrenaline. The sheer, bottomless audacity. I'd just been married to a person who would try to steal from me, lie to police, and use her family as muscle. My lawyer Barry is going to have fun with this. Final update, it's been 3 months. The war is over, and I won. It wasn't even a war in the end, it was a joke. The annulment was of course contested. Corinne got a lawyer, a real shark from a downtown firm, the kind that advertises "get what you deserve" on billboards. They argued the annulment was invalid, that it was a valid marriage, and that she, Corinne, was entitled to a full messy divorce. Why? They were trying to claim spousal support for a 72-hour marriage. They were claiming emotional distress, and that I was financially abusive for leaving her to pay her own $10,000 hotel bill, LOL. This is the part I was warned about, the immediate woman as victim card. They claimed I abandoned her and put her in physical danger. My lawyer Barry just methodically shut it down. Barry, was she in danger at the 5-star resort or at the airport motel her mother paid for? My client was destitute. He is a cruel, controlling man. Judge over Zoom, looking bored. Counselor, this marriage lasted 3 days. What assets could there possibly be to divide? And then Corinne's lawyer played her big card. Your Honor, there is a significant marital asset, a sculpture titled Confluence. My client's emotional attachment to this piece is immense, as it was a gift from the defendant. He is now withholding it out of spite. We have had the piece appraised, Your Honor, based on photos and the defendant's own artistic portfolio. Our expert values it at $25,000. I saw Barry's eyebrows shoot up. Shark lawyer, we are demanding the sculpture be turned over to my client, or that the defendant pay her 50% of its value, $12,500. This was it. The big shakedown. This was her real revenge. Not just to get the sculpture, but to extort me for it. The judge looked at Barry. Mr. Hayes' lawyer, your response to the $25,000 sculpture? Barry looked at me. I'd prepped him. I just nodded. Barry, Your Honor, we dispute the claim that this was a gift, but we do not dispute the appraisal. Corinne smirked, a full, triumphant gotcha smirk. In fact, we have the piece right here. We'd like to present it. I brought it in. We were at a neutral mediation office for this. I set Confluence on the table. It's about 3 feet tall. Corinne's lawyer looked thrilled. Their expert, a smarmy guy from a local gallery, was with them. Yes, the expert said. That's it. Redwood, beautiful lines. My $25,000 valuation stands. It's a significant work. And you're sure, Barry asked, that this is a single, valuable piece of redwood? Absolutely, said the expert. The artistry is in the form. Great, I said, and I reached up and with a firm twist I pulled the central sculpture part right out of the wooden base. The sculpture, the part Corinne was obsessed with, was a rock, a lumpy, painted rock. Corinne's face just broke. What? What is that? You don't remember? I asked, holding it up. This is the artifact. This is the $40 tourist souvenir we bought at that street market a month before the wedding. The volcanic lovestone. You insisted it was our good luck charm. You said, and I quote, it has amazing energy. I looked at the smarmy expert. The base is just some driftwood I found on the beach. I stained it and stuck this $40 rock in it because Corinne thought it was ugly on its own. You just appraised a $40 rock and some beach trash at $25,000. The expert went pale. Corinne's lawyer was sputtering. But the value, the artistry. What artistry? I said. I literally just jammed a rock into a piece of wood. The art was the story you told yourselves. Barry took over, his voice dripping with false sympathy. So, Your Honor, it seems we have a few corrections. First, the marriage is clearly fraudulent. My client entered it in good faith. Miss Corinne's last name entered it while still, by her own admission, measuring him against her ex. Second, her claim of emotional distress is mitigated by the fact that she attempted to force entry into my client's home and with her brother assaulted him, all of which is on video. Third, her entire financial claim is based on this. He tapped the $40 rock, a fraudulent appraisal of a souvenir. She didn't want the art. She wanted the money. The judge was furious. Not at me. The annulment was granted, instantly. He ruled the marriage was void, entered into under fraudulent pretenses. Because it's an annulment, it legally never happened. There is no marital property, no spousal support. The sculpture, the rock, all of it is 100% mine, as it was before the marriage. And the final blow. The judge looked at Corinne and her lawyer. Miss Corinne's last name, you have contested a perfectly valid annulment. You have made false claims. You have brought a fraudulent expert into this proceeding to attempt to extort money from Mr. Hayes. You have wasted everyone's time. He banged his gavel. I am ordering you to pay 100% of Mr. Hayes's legal fees. Corinne made a sound I've never heard before. A sort of strangled goose. Her lawyer was trying to object, but the judge just cut him off. You're lucky I'm not sanctioning you for this $25,000 rock nonsense. Get out of my courtroom. So Corinne left our 72-hour marriage with her 12 boxes of clothes, the $10,000 hotel bill she put on her mom's card, her own lawyer's bill, my lawyer's bill, which was substantial. I got home. I looked at the sculpture. I pulled the stupid $40 rock out of it and threw it in the trash. The driftwood base actually looks better without it. I got one last text from Diane, of course. You are a devil. You've ruined her. She is in debt. You've financially destroyed her. I just sent one reply. Grant would have paid the legal fees. Then I blocked her. I blocked all of them. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm just out. I lost the wedding money. I lost the honeymoon. But I saved my life. And that's a hell of a lot more valuable than a sweet